It is 20 past 8. Children will be arriving shortly. Good morning, good morning, good morning, by the way. I'm eating my breakfast. Very quickly, before they arrive. I slept so well last night, and I did not want to get up this morning. Look at the state of me. I've got my tea. Now I must stay in bed. I pretty much said it all, really. Yeah, I've got 4 or 5 children today. 5, I think. So, easier day than yesterday. See how Harrison is, because he wasn't 100% yesterday. So Mum's going to get back to me, going to message me, let me know. And yeah, it's supposed to be a little bit warmer than yesterday. So I do want to go out again to the park, because it's good for them to burn off some energy. Right, I'm going to eat this. I'll get back to you in a minute. I'm going to cook a chicken, and then that way at lunchtime there is chicken to eat, and we've got salad and bits, so Kenzie can have some salad with it. So just thinking about things he can eat and enjoy that will fill him up. What are you making, Malone?
I am making a cake.
Nice.
With a bit of sugar.
It might be easier to take your gloves off to eat your crisps, Ethan, don't you think? Yeah, it might be easier to pull that glove off to eat your crispies, and then we'll put them on after. And you're fishing. Oh, and you've escaped. And you've escaped. Do you want to put your snowsuit on, mister, if you're coming out? Kenzie's gone to the post van to return his parcel. Cheese sandwiches for you. You've just had some bits, haven't you? But I've got more bits if you fancy it.
What's mean?
I don't know. You're a bit chilly, so you're in there, aren't you, warming up? Keep that nice and snuggly on you. That's it. Would you like something to eat?
I have the best.
What have you got?
Carrot sticks and hummus.
Oh, nice. What did you find?
Jam.
With no lemon juice in. Excellent. So you've got some jam. It is cold. Excellent job. Well done, you. Someone is much happier. Yeah, someone is much happier. Much better day than yesterday. Is that good? Whee! He loves the swing, especially he's happier in it if there's someone else in it. If he's on his own, he goes into a bit of a daze. But if he's with others, he thinks it's hilarious. Are you walking?
He's doing
He was, he's walked all the way along there, hasn't he? From that end. Harrison, you gonna come this way? Harrison! Gonna walk to me? This way! Come on in! Clever boy! Come on in! That's good walking, well done! Having a little snack, Ethan. Actually, we're having a bit of lunch, aren't we? There you go, you gonna have another sandwich? It's because you've got cold hands, isn't it? You've been sat in the buggy. Now what are you gonna do? Uh-oh, quick, get your hand out. Get your hand out. Oh no, save it. Good save. Documenting, day 2. What did you think of the toast?
Dry.
Okay. Dry. But toast is dry. You have got jam now you can put on, haven't you? We found some jam at the shop that doesn't have lemon juice, so that might be nice, yeah? Cool. What do you think of your lunch?
Good.
Yeah, that's acceptable, is it? Good, good. And then you got chips tonight from the chip van.
You're allowed that? Does he allow that?
He's allowed some chips. I'm sure they're okay. And
I
then,
could check a bag. The kebab meat as well.
well, I don't know if it is 100%. I'll have to ask them. But this time I'll do you a couple of those burgers that are just meat and seasoning, okay? Cool. So he doesn't miss out on takeaway night. I'm having some chicken and salad as well. Did it freeze, Rubes?
Yeah.
Oh. Good job, Kenzie's at hand with the tech support.
I have the Google.
You have the Google. Oh, you Googled it, did you? What are you guys about to play?
Minecraft, I'm getting a
No, I want it
texture pack. Not texture pack.
Something else.
Yeah, texture pack. X-ray.
Cool. Oh, so you can see through blocks with your X-ray vision. So tell me, is the barista Oatly okay in coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So you'll be having coffee rather than tea, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. Having a good time?
Yeah.
You were till it froze. Time to read a bit of my book while everyone is relaxing. Harrison's mum bought me this. I did have a small panic. She said, I bought you a treat. It's a chocolate brownie Scotch egg. And I was thinking, that sounds delicious. Let me show you the face I was probably pulling. That sounds delicious. Thank you. I don't know how convincing I was until she said, it's all right, there's no Scotch egg meat in there and there's no actual egg. It's a Cadbury's cream egg. And then my face was, yeah, well, that does sound delicious. Thanks. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy this with my cup of tea. And I'm not sure how much I filmed. And I certainly don't think I've actually talked to the camera very much. So to clarify a few things, I probably said and didn't specify what we were doing. Kenzie had to go to the post office to post a parcel back to Amazon because he ordered a book, which was the right title of the book, but it comes in two different formats. It comes in a manga format, which you read from the back cover to the front cover in like a comic strip type style, or a light novel version, which is like a standard book, you know, with pages with writing. He likes the manga style, so he bought the second in his series, but it was the light novel version of the series, not the manga version. So we've returned it, and his new one should arrive next week, which is a real shame because he was looking forward to reading it, and it arrived yesterday. He was like, yay, oh. So yes, that's a shame. Anything else to share with you? Yes, just to clarify, I think some people were asking why he was off of soya, because a lot of the exclusion elimination diet stuff just says eggs, dairy, wheat and citrus. And the reason he's been told to come off of soya as well is because when he was much younger, we gave him soya milk because his eczema was bad and took him off dairy. Now, Brendan had a secondary dairy intolerance when he got a sick bug when he was about 10 months old and spent about 4 years dairy intolerant. So he was on a soya formula and he was on soya yogurts and everything soya for probably the first 4 years or so of his life. And he did cry quite a lot. And I don't know if that was just him, but later on we thought he might have had headaches because when I put Kenzie on the soya diet rather than the milk when he was about 4, obviously Brendan ended up straight back on that soya diet as well because I was only buying one type of yogurts and I was buying the milk and it was just easier to do it for all of them. And Brendan started getting headaches. My mum gets headaches from soya, and Jackie has, well, not recently, but she has been tested for various allergies and intolerances, and soya is one of the things that triggers her. So yeah, so we figured soya is probably, the dietitian said, or nutritionist said, we'll take soya out of it as well, because the fact that we took him off dairy and put him on soya and saw no difference in his skin back when he was 4 could be because we'd taken away one irritation, which being the dairy, and just reintroduced at a heavier level the soya, which was an irritation. So it was best to just get rid of that, knowing that there's a family history of being intolerant to it. So yeah, that's why he has the soya as well. That's not standard for the exclusion or elimination diet. He seems a bit happier about it today. We did have some resistance this morning over the toast and what have you. And I did get a bit firm and said, you're going to have to just try stuff. Because I think he's seeing things and going, it's dairy free or it's gluten free. Whereas obviously if he was younger, I just wouldn't tell him, I'd just change it. But obviously he sees the food and he knows what's happening. So I think there's an element of resistance in that way, which I'll be honest, I remember the same when I went completely very strict gluten-free. Obviously, as you know, I'm about to eat this and I'm not very, very strict gluten-free now. But when I was like 5 years ago, and it made a real difference to me, and I lost loads of weight and all my pain in my joints went and I could move and I was, you know, had energy. And I didn't have tummy cramps and I didn't have wind. All of that, I remember trying all these things like the bread and other stuff and just thinking, I can't do this long term. It's not the same. Which is why I have relapses, because there are times when I'll just have the stuff. But like I'm learning, you know, unless you are allergic to it, then having it occasionally and then you know you're going to have a bit of a flare up is not bad. Don't feel bad about it, you know, because excluding anything from your diet, or a lot of things from your diet, is not really good long term. You want to have as much variety as possible. So yeah, I'm going to eat this and not feel guilty about it in any way, shape or form. Thank you very much. That's it, give him a beak. Are you having a hard time getting your shell in place, are you, Rubes?
Well, yes.
Well,
No,
yes.
that's okay.
That's fine. Then you've got some wings to go on. That's it. And some spiky hair. Like a big feathery bit.
My beak's going on next.
Oh, you're playing with the Easter stacking toys, aren't you? Have you found the carrot? Did you find the carrot one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Eaten up by the rabbit now, isn't it? Has he gobbled it up?
Yeah.
That's it. Right, do you want to give the glue to Ruby and then draw some eyes on your cheapy chick? Get some pens there. Well done. Try not to get it in the glue though, otherwise it stops the pens from working.
Gluing and sticking is honestly the worst.
Do you get all sticky?
No, I just can't do it right.
Making a great Easter decoration. That's it. And then the next size up is that one. And Ruby's making a chick version, aren't you, Rubes? Don't forget to put a bead between each of your things. Excellent. And you're doing stacking cups, aren't you? You decided you didn't want to make one, so you're doing stacking cups.
I actually do want to make one.
Oh, do you? Okay, I haven't got any more of these left. We can make something else. Hold on. Right, you need another bead.
One of those.
Here's another bead.
Okay.
Here you go, there's a bead. We have been very, very creative this afternoon. The whole bunch of Easter related crafts. Ethan, how many jumpers have you got on?
2 jumpers.
Ethan, 2 jumpers, aren't you?
Ethan, 2 jumpers.
What you got in your hands? Socks. Is it warming you up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ethan, 2 jumpers and a coat and a t-shirt and socks on his hands.
Yeah.
Funny. Fish and chips, but they've put 2 bits of fish on. I mean, it's huge. Kenzie is allowed kebab meat, doner meat, apparently. It doesn't have anything nasty in it, we checked.
No, it's just me.
It's just meat. Friend Lee's got fish and chips. You got doner meat and chips? You're warmed up yet, or are you still like an ice cube?
My fingers grow cold and rheumatic.
Poor you. I could not finish that dinner. I'm so stuffed. I could not finish it. It beat me. They put 2 huge bits of cod. I mean, that would have fed 2 of us. We should have only ordered. I mean, even Lee was struggling, and that's saying something. But yeah, there was 2 big pieces of cod on that. So I had the fish and some of the chips, but I just feel so bloated now. I just could not eat any more. I have to tell you about a dream I had. I've been meaning to tell you about it for a few days. So, it was a night of random dreams anyway. I was being pursued by somebody. It's somebody I know, and I don't socialise with him, but he's somebody I know. But this poor guy whenever I have a dream that somebody is pursuing me in that way and I'm not interested, it's always this guy. And I don't know why, it's just become this thing where it's always him if there's a dream of somebody showing an interest and I'm like, not interested. I don't know why he's been the one my brain has picked to be that one, because I'm really not interested. And he really doesn't ever pursue me, so. But yeah, so I had a dream about that where I was having to go, back off, buddy. And then the dream kind of changed and I went to Canada, because again, there's always a pattern to my dreams, and whenever I go anywhere abroad and I fly anywhere, it's always Canada. And I guess that's because I've got family there, so I suppose if I was going to go somewhere, that's where I would go. Not that I have a passport or anything like that. But I went to Canada, and then when I got to Canada, because obviously Canada is like the moon, right? I mean, all you Canadians, you must have to do this every time you go out. I had to depressurize when I got there. So they put this suit on me, like a space suit. And, oh, the lights just come on. Thanks for that. It's these bulbs connected to Alexa. They probably asked Alexa to turn the light on upstairs, and she's turned these ones on instead. Canada, depressurization. I was put in a spacesuit. That's the one. Put in a spacesuit, and I was getting quite panicky about it because I was thinking, what if they forget to put the oxygen on and I won't be able to breathe? Because obviously that's the whole point of being depressurized, isn't it? Is you're in your own atmosphere type thing to regulate yourself with the pressure you need to be at. And so, but the thing about this dream is it's not that I had to depressurize once I reached Canada. It's the fact that I fully felt everything, like really physically felt it. And so I had this suit on, and as soon as this timer started and it was going to count down how long I had to be in this suit for, as soon as the timer started and the pressure started to change, and the pressure must have been getting heavier, which I would have thought would go the other way if you were depressurizing. But anyway, I was feeling this huge, like my body was being squashed, like gravity had got really heavy. It was very odd because I felt it really clearly in my dream, really clearly. It was very, very odd. What else was I going to tell you? Oh, right, day two. How has day 2 gone on Kenzie's elimination diet? So things have gone better. So he was allowed kebab meat, as you saw, doner kebab meat. We checked and there is nothing. I wasn't sure what was in it, but it's mainly meat and fat. So, and maybe a few spices, but they said, yeah, no, it's absolutely fine. There's nothing in there that he couldn't have. So that was good. So that makes takeaway night every fortnight easier for him. He enjoyed his chicken and most of his salad. He had half his carrot because he said they're a bit too crunchy. They require too much chewing. And he didn't want his lettuce, so he had a banana instead. So he's definitely eating more fruit and veg. He's actually snacking on fruit and veg now, which I've wanted him to do for a long time, but he would always go for the sweet stuff. Obviously he can't do that now, and he's got to make his sweet treats last longer, because I've said to him, I bought you lots and they're going to last. So he knows not to eat them all up now. We found that he can have the Oatly in his coffee and not taste it. So I don't have any worries about that. If he wants a hot drink, he can have Oatly. If he wants a cold drink, it's water. We're only ever water or tea in this family anyway. And he's not snacking as much, I don't believe. I've not noticed him snacking as much, which has always been the problem, because he likes food and he likes to eat. And although he has slimmed out a lot, it wouldn't hurt him if he didn't eat as much as he would normally, if that makes sense. It wouldn't do him any harm. So so that's hopefully going to be a bit of an advantage over the next month, is that he's not going to snack as much, and if he is going to snack, he'll go for fruit. So that's good. But on the whole, I'm not going to call him down and ask him because he's watching The Flash with Lee. But on the whole, I think today's been better. He's seemed a bit... We've had a few successes, which I think has made him feel happier. And I think tomorrow, if he tries another bit of toast, with jam on it, I think he'll be all right with it. I think it's the fact that he didn't really want margarine on it because he doesn't usually put anything on it, but he would put Marmite on, and he can't have Marmite. My sister said Vegemite doesn't have wheat in it, so he did say if we could get some of that, he'd give that a try. So I don't think there's much difference in the taste of Vegemite or Marmite. I think Vegemite is a slightly less strong taste to it than Marmite. But he said he'd be willing to try it, so that's good. So yeah, I think day 2 has gone quite well. I'm not really noticing any change in skin, but it's a bit too early for any changes, and they did say actually it could get worse in the first week of taking him off of stuff, so to expect, potentially things to flare up in the first week and then, you know, improve. Another couple of people mentioned probiotics. Was I going to put him on a probiotic? Now, she did say something about putting him on a probiotic and a prebiotic. So I need to look into those, or message her and ask her exactly what that was about, because we kind of moved on from the conversation and didn't actually specify a particular brand or what to get. So I need to ask her about that. So yeah, that's how it's going. I think that's it for now. I'm going to go. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.